John, just your thoughts on how that game begins, and then the energy that seemed to get created a little bit there in the second.
Yeah, I thought, again, we had some chances. We had some really good looks to get it by the goalie. And he made some big stops, but, we needed to get that first one, second one. But, it just didn't happen. So, and then the third, you're, two tight checking teams. They get the bounce, and, unfortunately, we come out empty-handed. So, again, it's disappointing.
Where would you like to have seen some success as far, as I say, the tight checking hockey game, but where would you like to have seen the play go a little bit differently, or from which lines?
Well, I mean, again, I thought the lines were going. It's just I think we were waiting a little too long in the offensive zone, and it was looking like one of those games where one shot wasn't beating this guy, so we were going to have to create more and some more chaos, second and third opportunities, and I don't think we had enough of those. And we waited a little too long. And we had some really good stretches there where I think we were dictating the pace of play, and then they came out again in the third like they did last time, and they were the better team in the third. So, again, it's unfortunate. We're going to try to move on from it because we have no other choice. But for this team, we just got to continue to improve in those areas for sure.
You got a tough one coming up next week as well against Syracuse. They've been a tough opponent this year. How do you regroup from this one, and where do you look to regroup?
Well, again, we've been in this situation before. I've always liked our responses from our group. I liked our response in the first two periods, and even in the third, we just had that breakdown, on that D-zone coverage there, for that goal. But we got no time to feel sorry for ourselves. It's the division is the division. It's always tough. It's a grind. Syracuse drags you into the fight. They're gonna, they're a hard team to play against. So we got no time to feel sorry for ourselves. We have to be ready to go come Wednesday.
You come out in the third period. There's no goals. I don't think if it's happened before, it's been only once or twice. So what's your strategy change there? What do you do? Like at that point, 10 minutes left, 0-0, anybody's game. What do you do?
Well, again, we knew he was seeing everything, so we had to create more chaos at the net. Second and third opportunities, and I think we failed to get some pucks to the net. Whether it was we were waiting too long, we were hesitating, but when in games like that, that's how they get them. That's how they created their opportunities, by chaos, just throwing it at the net and creating havoc. We're going to have to be willing to do that a little bit more, get inside and then stay on those loose pucks to get second and third chances, because you're not going to just score off the rush every game. You're going to have to create some ozone time and score some greasy goals.
Well, despite the goal, Artie seemed to be pretty calm up there in front. How did you think his performance was?
Yeah, he was outstanding. He made some big saves. Made a save on that breakaway too as well. He was really good. He gave us his chance. We got to score. We don't expect one goal to beat us, but it did tonight. And that's how, when you play a tight checking game like that, you got to be willing to commit yourself to winning those types of games.